previously during the investigation.
F.K. in the coffin. I knew I could count on him.
We're back.
Ah, the perpetrator. Bit off Anna's tongue.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Oh, well, there's an old story, folklore. It's a fairy tale to me. Something about a killer in a raincoat who appears on rainy nights.
She had a red dress on. She was a goddess.
It's starting to rain. I think this case may take a while.
I think so too.
I had a chat with Diane. She said she was at the bar drinking with Nick at the time of the murder.
Me?
We need to confirm her story. Let's talk to Nick at the diner.
Very well, Agent Morgan. I have to head back to the department and clear up some paperwork. Go with Emily to the A&G diner.
Okay then.
Okay,
I'll
there's a
show you
lot
the
of
way.
artifacting.
The diner's open from 9 to 2100.
What was that?
Just as I suspected, Zach. Diane is the key to this case. I have a feeling she will lead us right to the criminal.
That's Kaysen. Looks like the show has just begun, and it has an all-star cast.
I want to find out what the Kaysen and Diane's like relationship is. Are they friends? Are they seeing each other? Why is my screen black? Hello? Emily's car's a private one, though she likes it as a patrol car. What was that? Agent York, why do you want to go back there? I just want to see some light. Was there something you forgot to do? Okay, then let's go. Okay, we go in the car. Please don't tell me it's going to be black again.
Emily, do you know a man named Forrest Kaysen?
Kaysen? Yes, I know him. The sapling salesman.
What is
right?
going on?
He always uses strange comparisons when he talks.
I'd like to know more about him. What does he do when he comes to town?
He's a salesman, so I guess he sells things? Maybe he comes on vacation. We haven't seen many tourists recently, but he comes pretty often.
Is that all?
Well, now that you mention it, he seems quite friendly with the Ingrams, with Isaac and Isaiah. Maybe you should ask them about Kaysen.
Okay, I will.
I'm driving, but I can't see a damn thing. What is going on with this game, man? Never in my life have I been more horrified about wondering whether a game's gonna work or not.
Zach, don't you think there are a lot of good-looking women in this town?
It's like heaven compared to the town we grew up in. Do you remember Liz, the prom queen? Elizabeth Scott Moore.
Let's just get through this.
She could be royalty with a name like that. But you know, she was like an actress from a B.
What the fuck?
Bleached blonde hair, too much makeup, clothes showed off her cleavage, and that mole by her mouth.
Say, Zach, were you with me back then?
I don't even have fuel.
That mole was made with makeup, right? We happened to be on the same bus once. I saw her drawing it on with makeup. I wasn't surprised, I guess. Just impressed that she would go that far to create that image. Do you remember that movie we went to go see that day? I'll give you a hint. It was the fourth in a popular series, and was produced by Menahem Golan's Canon Films.
Figured it out, Zach?
Think it over then. Call it your homework until next time.
I'm getting better at fixing
Emily,
PC
do you know a
games.
man named Forrest Kaysen?
Kaysen? Yes, I know him. The sapling salesman, right? He always uses strange comparisons when he talks.
I'd like to know more about him. What does he do when he comes to town?
He's a salesman.
Let's
so I guess
go.
he sells things. Maybe he comes on vacation. We haven't seen many tourists recently, but he comes pretty often.
Is that all?
Well, now that you mention it, he seems quite friendly with the Ingrams, with Isaac and Isaiah. Maybe you should ask them about Kaysen.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, I mean, why is Kaysen with the Ingram twins? Is he a Minecraft YouTuber? Him and his saplings. Oh my. And also, because we've redone this multiple times, as we go down this road, you're gonna see a car just dive into oblivion. Or maybe I'm late for it.
Emily, don't you find it a bit suffocating to be around George so much?
Well, we aren't always together.
There it is.
And anyway, I've gotten used to him.
Impressive.
Car goes into oblivion.
No, it's not like that, actually. I mean, George is hard-headed, sure, but he's also a hard-working man. That's why the townsfolk trust him so much.
The very epitome of the rural sheriff.
That's right, he isn't some hotshot FBI agent. This place isn't like the city. Everyone knows everyone else.
What about you and Anna? Were you two close?
No, not close, really. I don't seem to have much in common with teenagers nowadays. All they talk about are boys, clothes, and accessories. I don't have much interest in any of those things.
There is a gap between a teenager and being in your 20s.
Everyone's different, that's all. Me and you, too.
Zach, I'm not liking the way this conversation is heading. Let's concentrate on driving instead.
This reminds me of the bridge when we first go into town. You guys remember it? From the prologue. Last time we came here, there was a suspect doing burnouts on the road. You never know what you're gonna get with this game. I'm even thinking that next time I get on, like, should we do like a Deadly Premonition, like a drinking game? Would you guys be open to that idea? Well, not for you guys, but for me. Obviously, not like actual shots, or I'll be dead by the end of it. How weird this game is, but maybe like a sip. The game's being really choppy. Oh, my dogs have to bark at every important moment.
The A&G Diner. Wonder what the A and G stand for. Any ideas, Emily?
Nope, I don't know either.
Air and gravity, perhaps? Access and games? Aliens and Godzilla?
Access Games, the people who
Is it
developed
important to
this.
know? I mean, why don't you just ask Nick?
Oh, I will. But first, I need to eat. Wonder what's good here.
Welcome, Mr. Agent.
Hi, Olivia. Let me have your special for today. And some fresh coffee.
Our special today is turkey. A turkey and gravy sandwich. Sound good?
Oh, perfect. Emily, you eat something too. It'll be on the FBI.
Okay then, I'll go all out. I'll have the T-bone steak. I usually can't order it because it's a little too expensive.
Okay. Cutscene froze. It didn't crash. It didn't fucking crash.
Mrs. Olivia
We in the
Cormack,
correct timeline.
I am here for Mr. Stewart's lunch. If it is ready, I'd thank you a bunch.
Yes, of course. Just a moment. Here you go. The usual.
The game goes to black a lot. Have you guys noticed that?
Cereal sandwich.
It fades to black a lot.
Sounds like the sinner's sandwich. Self-inflicted punishment to atone for past sins. He's setting an example.
A sinner sandwich?
Mr. Francis York Morgan. You should try this wonderful lunch. It's more than a delicious, tasty crunch. So says Mr. Stewart.
How about you eat it, you son of a bitch?
No, that's fine. I've just ordered my own lunch.
Mr. Francis York Morgan? I, that is. Mr. Stewart's order is delicious, I should mention. And Mr. Nick Cormack is a genius for creating this perfection. So says Mr. Stewart.
Still, I have a hunch I might not like it. You sure that sandwich is that good?
Did he poison it? Why does he really want us to eat the sandwich? Or maybe he put a message in there.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, making decisions based on intuitions is always a sign of bad FBI agents.
Yeah, like you would know.
So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, you're right. I'll give it a try.
That looks like shit. That looked like he took the sandwich and dipped it in his liver.
I can't believe it. This is fantastic. It's really
Oh, it's good.
Olivia, I'm sorry, but can I change my order? I'll have what Harry is having.
What's with their faces? It's like they've seen something. Is that Nick or is that...
Nick and Diane.
Oh, it is Nick.
They hardly make the perfect couple, do they? Is it widely known that they go drinking together, just the two of them?
To be honest, I don't pay attention to these things.
Not into local gossip?
Well, when I moved here, I was still in high school, and I kept wearing the same wild clothes from my school in Seattle. I was young back then. And before I
What's
knew
going
it,
on,
there were
GTI? How you
rumors all
doing
over the
tonight,
school.
man?
She'll screw anyone. That's what they said. Totally unfounded, of course. Anyway, after that, I just sort of chose not to really trust gossip.
I get where you're coming from. I used to dress like a hardcore punk rocker when I was in high school.
You? A punk rocker?
Nobody took my side.
Is it
Even
too
when I
hard
had
to
good
believe?
grades, people rejected me just because of what I wore. I was young back then, too.
What's going on with his neck?
Even still, I
guys see that?
don't see you as
On
a
the
punk
left?
rocker.
And you laugh? Look at you. No makeup on, dressed in uniform, eating a steak for lunch. Okay, back to work. Let's talk to Nick.
Also, I heard this chapter's notorious for crashing. We've already been through so many problems. Let's try to get through it. He's the huffing and puffing type of guy. He looks friendly enough.
You?
He's not talking. Hey, York, the food here is the best, isn't it? Don't you agree? I'm gonna go up another notch on my belt before too long. No matter how much I watch my diet, I always pile it back on in this town. I'm like a bear before hibernation. Oh, brother, you look like a whole mammoth. This place is lively, unlike the hotel's dining room. Not as noisy as the city, though. I gotta talk to this Nick fellow. Just please don't crash.
I'm working here. You can't just stroll into a chef's kitchen.
Then perhaps you would give me your permission to enter.
No. Get the hell out of here.
Zach, everyone has their own sanctuary. Let's leave him in his.
Fair enough. If that's where the man works, then I'm sure he'll give us a tour sometime soon. Diane claimed to be drinking with Nick on the day of the murder. I wonder what Olivia was doing then. Yeah, I was trying to ask Olivia, then and then you jumped in. Olivia, I was wondering if you could tell me what the ANG stands for. I think we established this yesterday. It means Axis Games, the people who made this game, from what I believe. Oh, it's apple in gravy. I also gotta check out the Swery Bar. I think he's the game design guy of this game. My husband always been proud of his special gravy made with applesauce. So when we're setting this place up, we used it in the name. Nick's father suggested that we put something we're proud of in the name. Well, that's one burning question answered. I would like to ask you a little about Nick too. A little is okay, like what? Oh, nothing major, just a few things about him and Diane. It's like a lot of times we get like these super long cutscenes, and then when we have this small talk, it's just like we gotta read out the lines, and then like every 2 minutes they do a little like moan, like and it's just like, what am I playing? I'm gonna try and see if I can ask Nick again. Oh, maybe I gotta ask him.
I'm working here. You can't just stroll into a chef's kitchen.
Maybe I gotta ask him without entering the kitchen. What's up? Could you tell us what you were doing the night Anna was killed? I was at the bar with Diane. What did you two talk about, Nick? So it's him, Diane, and Kaysen. Some sort of connection. I don't really know. Rembrandt and Turner, is that a problem? No problem. If you think Diane did it, you're wrong. No, that's not it. Oh, so it's me you're after, isn't it? You're wrong again. So much for the FBI, huh? That isn't the case either, Nick. I think there's something both of you are hiding. You can tell when people are hiding something by their reactions. Eye, tongue, and hand movements, wear dry lips, neck angles, and such. I'm working here. If you aren't ordering anything, get out. For a second, I thought he said ankles. I was like, yeah, if his ankles look weird, he's definitely a suspect. Gotta get that son of a bitch. Nick and Diane's stories match out. It isn't hard evidence, but it certainly supports her alibi. But the two of them could be in cahoots. I think we need to talk to Olivia again, Zach. Olivia?
There's something I'd like to confirm with you, Olivia, if that's okay.
Yes. Well, so long as it doesn't take too long.
First, what were you and Nick doing on the night of the murder?
I was here in the diner. Nick said he was going to the bar for a couple of drinks.
Does he go to the bar often? Leaving you to hold up the fort?
Yes. He says he enjoys the conversation with Diane. I thought they went drinking again together that night.
Do the three of you ever go drinking together?
Well, you see, I'm really not into art.
And your husband is well versed in the arts then, I take it?
Oh, yes. Looking at art and talking about it is his way of relaxing.
People just aren't what they seem. Like a certain someone who was into punk rock 10 years ago.
You are absolutely right, Emily. But you can be an art lover and a liar at the same time. One more thing, Olivia. You just said that you aren't interested in art.
That's right. And...
So, how come I bumped into you at the art gallery? Didn't seem like Nick brought
That's
you
actually a
there.
good question. I forgot about that.
Well, I like trees, is the thing. That's why I went there.
But you don't
Surely
love
you'd
art.
be better off in the forest rather than an art gallery then. I think you went to the gallery not to see trees, but to see Diane, right? You don't want to answer? Or perhaps this isn't the right place to ask.
Meet me in the backyard. You can get there from the parking lot. I'll wait for you there for an hour after we close up.
Key to backyard.
They close at 2100. Should we get something to drink and wait? Agent York, what do we do now?
I want to hear what Olivia has to say. Let's kill time until the diner closes.
Okay, then I'm gonna make a trip back to the department. I'll see you in the backyard later.
Okay, sounds good.
See you later then.
Okay, she's gonna do some work.
Zach, about Olivia.
And we gotta kill some
I
time.
presume she wants to tell us something about Nick and Diane. Let's hope it's not just something for the gossip columns.
Okay, so it's currently 11. Okay, so it's specifically in like a 1 hour time range. And it's gotta be right here. I heard that this particular chapter is notorious for crashing. But I think I might be able to take a couple cigarettes and game the system a little. Thank God for cigarettes, huh? Heavy cigarette. Let's just take one. Just one. It would be much cooler if we see him smoking game, but it's also cool to see like the whole background when he does smoke. Okay, how long am I smoking for? I don't even know how long I've slept for. Sorry, not slept. Been like this. I'm just not sure whether I'm supposed to open a door, if it's gonna open up automatically. We should just come walking out. We'll see. We'll see. Just don't crash. I waited literally half an hour. Don't crash.
Well then, Olivia, talk to me.
Yes. In the beginning, Nick only went to the gallery during the day, but he went so often at some point he became friendly with Diane.
Friendly now.
They started going out drinking together, and now he doesn't come home until early morning. He always says that they were only drinking when I ask.
How could you cheat on
He blames
Olivia?
me for not being able to talk about Turner and Rembrandt, which of course I can't, can I? So what can I say? Finally, I couldn't take it anymore, so I followed him. He did go to the bar, to start with. Diane was there too, but the real problem is where they go to next, right? So I waited outside the bar to see where they might go, and they eventually left the bar and headed for the art gallery. But it was already early morning, but it was still dark. Just before going inside, Diane turned around. It should have been too dark to see me, but I swear, her eyes looked right at me. They seemed to flash for a moment. I was so rattled that I left and went home. The next day, Anna was found dead. I didn't know what to do. I went to the gallery to talk with Diane about it, to confront her. But once I was there, I couldn't find the courage to go through with it. Then I
She also
stayed
dropped us
there
the clues.
and just felt I had to go home. Nick has been seeing Diane every night recently. He just left for tonight, too. I really don't know what to do.
York, we ought to take Nick in for questioning.
No, not yet. This alone isn't enough.
Emily, answer me.
This is Emily. Agent York is with me, too.
I've just received word from Thomas at the sheriff's department. Something has happened at Becky's house. It was called in by Quint, but he wasn't making any sense. We have no further details. I've sent Thomas over there. Can you go back him up?
Yes, sir.
You sent in Thomas?
One other thing. It sounded like he said, Raincoat Killer. This may well be related to the murder case. Take all due precautions.
No! It couldn't be! Nick? Oh, please, no! What can I do? Nick! Oh,
Olivia,
Nick.
calm down.
Emily, take care of Olivia. I'm heading over to Becky's.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get
By the
paranormal.
lake. Hurry!
I just hope this isn't anything serious. Damn it, Zach. We may have screwed up during the investigation.
Okay, that is one way to end a that is one way to end the chapter. It's okay, it's getting interesting now. I like it. Now it's just like, you know, it's just giving us all the details now. I'm still very confused when it comes to some aspects, but it's starting to come together, I guess. Or maybe it's just gonna get more complicated. Let's see what's happening at the house. Okay, the game actually looks better at nighttime than it does during the day, if I'm being completely honest. It's got that shiny 2000s, early 2000s kind of look, which you don't really see today. You see like something like really sharp, and then the background's blurry for the most part. I'm surprised there's no talking sections with Zach, the imaginary friend. I really hope we get some answers about Zach. Zach's probably been one of my biggest questions for this game. We already know what it is. It's an imaginary friend, but with all the paranormal shit that's going on, is he genuinely real? Oh shit.
Becky! I'm sorry. That's all he would say since I got here.
Quint, tell me, what did you see in there?
Damn!
Did you see the Raincoat Killer?
Damn!
I'm guessing we're gonna walk in and there'll be a whole bunch of demons.
No. When I got here, he was already like this.
Emily should be here soon. Call George and tell him to get over here. And wait out here. inside. Once they both get here, follow George's orders, okay?
Yes. But Agent York, isn't it dangerous to go in there alone?
Don't worry. Zach is with me.
Again, that's Zach.
Zach, let me smoke one first.
Oh yeah. While the killer's in there and whatnot, slashing and
So I
dicing.
can take everything in.
What's this music? This actually sounds really good.
I had a nasty feeling about this. Let's hope it's not a big welcoming party.
Oh yeah, it's definitely yep. I wonder if George or Emily or Thomas will ever see what we see, you know, with the vines and when places turn paranormal and zombies, demons, you know, lost spirits, whatever you want to call them. Oh shit! No. I was not ready for that. Gotta memorize the buttons and playing on an Xbox controller. What's with the music?
Zach, that's a strange coincidence. Look. Red velvet. Just like the place where Anna was murdered.
What if the whole town is, imagine if the whole town is like a massive cult. Oh, it's one of these missions. I love the profiling missions. And he tries to build a picture of what he's seen. And then the more clues you find, the better you see. I won't tell anyone about Anna. My microphone keeps fucking sagging.
We're still
I need to fix
missing
this
a
thing.
vital piece of the puzzle.
I know he was eyeing both of these doors, and also we can sleep right here in the middle of an active investigation. Yeah, the killer's just gonna wait like 9 hours. Also, yeah, I can change my suit. You remember last time we put it in the dry cleaning? Give me back my my classic suit. Yo, okay, it looks like the owls are fucked. Do you see those owls, guys? Looks like I'm never getting the suit back. Well, I guess we made it to one of the sides. Let me guess, the Raincoat Killer is here. No. I thought it was gonna literally come out of the wall. Is this oh, is this another clue? The symbol again. It's like an upside down peace symbol. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen one of those, but oh, it looks like we didn't get a single clue. The initial clue used to count. Even though you get it like at the very start of the mission, they used to count. Like as out of 1 to 4. I'm guessing at this point of the development there's like, yeah, the first one doesn't count anymore. What's going on now? What's this music, man? What am I in for? Let me guess, there's one behind me. No. What's with the heavy, the heavy music? Oh shit, no. The music box sound is coming from inside of the cupboard. Should we open it and look inside? Should we? Oh, a ton of those red leaves. Sorry, red seeds. We only have like a dozen. There's like a few dozen right here. Already another clue. They just really want to tell us the story right here. I like this. Probably gonna have to make us work for the last one. I'm not... From what I'm aware, the murder is... I'm not sure if it's pure... I'm not sure if it's... It's definitely pure evil. Alright, what's the deal?
Huh? I see you.
Oh yeah, it's another one of these. Okay, is this a good spot to hide? I have no idea. And then you're gonna wait for him to like slowly go in. It kind of looks like oh shit! With the two cameras, kind of makes it look like you're watching like one of those esports tournaments. NikolaStanix hides underneath the fucking table. While the killer playing from Korea is coming through the building. Yes, I think Nick might come out of this alive.
Where are you hiding?
It's of course it's one of these missions. I don't hate these, but also I don't like playing them either. They're good. They're good for a horror game, but just not something you get excited about playing. And then throw the axe with blue ox. And then the axe comes back to him. Kind of like it is in these new God of War games. Okay, that was an experience for sure. And as always, we
Zach,
follow
this is a
after him.
waste of time. Let's go.
Waste of time, bro. We just almost died. But if he really wants to get this killer, why does he hide? Why doesn't he just like hold his gun out and just shoot him? Well, obviously not just immediately shoot him, but try to apprehend him. Oh, he's back. Oh shit, yeah. Now, okay, now this is the part I was talking about where he looks at you. You know, you can see him chasing after you, but you can only like you see yourself running towards the camera instead of away from the camera. All right, and then you're gonna press like all these move buttons. Here's the part where I die. No, no, no. Managed to get away. It's just annoying once you get to those bits where you need to like press the A button or whatsoever or push a box. Those are the worst. Oh. Quick time event, come on. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. It spared us this time. Oh, okay, now we're in the other side. Root beer. A bloodstained camo soul has been hung up with a frame around it like Becky's.
Huh?
Why was it framed? There's like blood everywhere. This is like... Okay, now let's see the big picture. But it's still always a bit confusing. Okay, has blonde hair. Why is he walking so why is he walking so slow? You want me to find my way out?
It's bad. Very bad, Zach. The Raincoat Killer gave Becky a visit.
Hold on.
We still haven't found her body yet.
Can you hear that? Is it rain? No, it's the shower. Zach,
He's jumping us.
quick.
He's jumping us. Painting of a large tree, the frame looks crooked. Are we supposed to hide or are we supposed to interact with the environment? No mansion will be without its hidden vault. This one is covered with a wood grain pattern. We need a key here. I need a key to open it. Okay. Finding stuff is what I excel at. Come on. Yes, more cigarettes. I need all the cigarettes that I can find. Okay, what is this, man? What is all this? Looks like Deadpool slept in here or something. Looks like she's rarely left this room. She used to take her meals here even. Honestly, I'm kind of the same. I just want to kind of like eat chill in my room. I don't really... Living in this huge mansion alone, I feel more pity than envy for her. Don't you, Zach? A photo of Becky and someone else. The person next to her has been blotted out as if in anger. What's that? Okay, I see a bridge right there. I see some skyscrapers. I see... Is that a plane? Is that a UFO? What is that? Oh, the knife. Why is his vision blurring out? Oh no. They got her too. Yes, don't call it in. Just take a cigarette.
Zach, she's still alive.
Maybe try to help her down.
Who was it, Becky?
Becky! What happened here?
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
We don't have time. She's dying. Thomas.
Yeah, George is actually right.
We must get her to the hospital immediately.
What if it's one of those Hannibal Lecter movies when they cut the wire, she just falls into pieces?
Get out of the way. I'll do it.
There are one scene where he just slices the stomach, throws the guy outside the window, all his organs fly over everywhere. It's like a bomb diffuser. No. Okay, that is one way to die. R.I.P. Or maybe you could have just like held her up. You know, actually try to like untie her instead of cutting the cord. I agree with George, but that was just not the way.
Huh?
Okay, that's Anna. Okay, she just popped... She had a key and a bunch of seeds. The key to the vault. Why was it lodged in a... Not sure, maybe... Obviously, I don't think it was in her mouth. Maybe... Did she swallow the key? Did the killer put it in there?
Got us good this time, Zach.
Fantastic. Yeah, honestly, I do feel... Is that a wall? You guys see that? Why is there blood spatter in the air? Oh, no. That's, No. I thought it was like... I was like, why are the textures floating? But no, there's actually, some sort of like see-through curtain. It has a wooden key holder on it. I think I saw a similar pattern in her room. The key for the safe. What the hell? I think it was what the hell. Even Becky has been killed. Becky.
Oh.
Okay, so that's, I guess that's how you feel about her. What? I'm gonna take this broom arm and I'm gonna chuck it into outer space after this stream. It keeps sagging.
My dear sister, I'm so sorry. I was a fool to fall for a man like him. I don't have the words to apologize to Anna.
I left her there. She was suffering so much, and I just ran away. I know he wanted to kill me too, but I'm not going to let him get away with this. I followed him after he was finished. He carried Anna into the woods.
Who is he?
Anna was holding on to that precious locket of his. He couldn't remove it from her hand, even though she was dead. But she let go of it for me, though. It was like she gave it to me. So I brought it home. I might be able to bring Anna's killer down with it. I want you to see it. I know even he wouldn't dare to harm you. He'll catch me, though, if I go into town. I'm trapped in my house. So I've asked Isaac and Isaiah to deliver it. They totally believe that Anna became a goddess. I believe so, too. She looked so beautiful, as though she might smile back at any moment. I have something else to confess to you. I borrowed a pair of your shoes without asking and broke the heel on one of them. I'll send them along with the locket. I'm sure the shoe can be fixed.
So she has an idea of who the killer is, or knows the killer, but
is Miss Stiletto Heel, and she gave
but she didn't reveal it though.
Must be the special.
Or more clues.
About Zach. We'd better go and see her first thing tomorrow.
It's always vague with these investigation games.
Emily, who might this sister be that Becky was referring to here?
That would be Diane. Didn't you know Diane and Becky were sisters?
I should have known, Zach. We're all family here.
Oh, it's the twins again. Is that Kaysen? Why is he with the twins? With no context, that's some Minecraft YouTuber behavior right there. Okay, a pretty interesting fucking chapter, man. Like another important character just died. People are dying like left and right now. And that elaborate way the killer like tied her up. Like he's definitely skilled. I was wondering whether when George barged in he was gonna accuse York of being the killer, like because he's just standing in the room while she's just tied up. But yeah, let's see where this goes, man.
Previously during the investigation.
I'm Kaysen, Forrest Kaysen.
Thomas, did you see?
Oh
Nick
yeah,
here?
the chapters come much quicker now.
Here, he was already like this.
What are you doing? Get out of the way!
Episodes.
I'll do it!
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
No! It couldn't be! Nick! Oh, please, no!
You got us good this time, Zach.
Hey, it's Keith.
Oh, I can't believe it, man. Now that's heavy.
Me neither.
When did Becky stop coming to work?
I think it was like from the day Anna was killed, man. Yeah, that's right. She was totally depressed about something.
Quint called for her to let us know she wasn't coming in for work. She must have been totally in shock, the poor thing.
So you took the twins along to cheer her up.
That's right, hun. If only I knew it would be like this, I'd have spent more time talking to her.
You told me about a special secret between your children and Becky.
Yes, of course. What about it?
It seems Becky handed them an item before she was killed. Any idea what that might be?
Now that you mention it, they had a box about this size which they said was very important.
That's it.
Something really violent happens and then it jumps to like being
Where are
goofy.
the boys now?
They went out actually with Mr. Kaysen.
They said they were going to visit Greenvale Forest Park today. They were going to take Willie for a walk, that dog of his.
Kaysen? Do you know him well?
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. He always brings us gifts from his road trips. The kids love him, so we let him take them out every once in a while. You know, for a little quality time with the missus.
Okay, I understand. But the situation calls for urgency. I'll go and look for them myself. And if they come home without running into me, could you let us know?
Sure, of course. I'll contact the department.
Where is it? Where?
We still haven't met her. She was in the main intro. Anna's mother.
Where could it be? Her dress.
Oh, Sally!
Sally. Anna's mother?
She's acting up again. She's been like that ever since she heard the news.
What exactly is she doing?
Got no idea. But I guess she's in like, shock or something. Way I look at it, her daughter's death hasn't really sunk in the right way. Totally, man. I feel sorry for her.
Come on, let's go.
Lily, have you seen Anna's dress, dear? I can't find it anywhere.
Zach, the wheels are turning, but not in the right way. You feel it too?
Isaac and Isaiah aren't here. They're apparently out with Kaysen. Let's go look for them.
With Kaysen? Sounds like a long story. Any ideas where to start looking?
Sounds like some suspect
Lily told
behavior.
me where they went. No problem.
Alright, Emily, get in. Let's go, Bobby.
And today, we're stuck here having to search for lost children.
They're not lost. We're the ones who are lost.
And so we are, Emily. Zach, we may as well have fun if we're getting lost.
You sure know how to take your time at a time
Okay,
like this.
that is one grin. that is one suspect grin on a man.
I can't believe 2 people have been murdered in our town.
Sorry, Carol.
And now 2 young children are at the center of it all. I just can't come to grips with it yet.
Crime will happen wherever there are people. And that's why we have our jobs.
Might be easier for you because you don't live here. These were people that I knew that were killed. And the murderer might be someone who lives here in this town. It's really depressing.
I know. But someone has to bring this murder to justice.
You're right, I know. But, oh, Agent York, sometimes I just think I'm not really cut out to be a cop.
Not true, Emily. You have the potential to be a superb law enforcer. You can be emotional at times, but you also possess what's most important.
I do? What do you mean?
What do you think? a sense of justice.
Justice? I must admit, I'm surprised to hear such a... how should I say this? Such an obvious answer. I thought you'd say something else.
Obvious or not, I joined the FBI in order to do what's right. And that's what's important.
I understand, but still, you seem... I'm sorry. I need some time to think.
Whatever do you want to think about?
Justice. I want to think about justice.
Zach, she's quite the philosopher, isn't she? Then again, death makes everyone a philosopher. According to Lily, Isaac and Isaiah should be here.
Then let's go and find them.
Hello again, Isaac and Isaiah. I hear you're teaching Willie to do tricks. What's your secret?
It's easy.
Really simple.
If he does it right, we give him a treat.
A cookie if he does it right.
Yeah, I'll be honest. My dogs are spastics.
Very clever.
They
So,
you know.
tell me, you two. Could you perhaps tell me your other special
Or maybe I'm just a bad owner.
No, we can't. It won't be a secret if we tell.
I'm not telling. We promised Becky.
Well, that's a problem. Because I also made a promise to Becky. I promised to catch the bad man word. But I can't keep my promise if I don't know what the secret is. Do you see?
She told us to give Diane a box. It wasn't that heavy.
We took it to the art gallery and gave it to Diane.
Is that all Becky gave you?
Just when we were leaving to take the box to Diane, Becky called us back. She handed us something. It was small and round.
Oh, the
She
round
told us to
object.
keep it safe in our pocket and give it to Diane.
And then you met Carol on your way?
Yep, I took the round thing out of my pocket and we looked at it.
And then she talked to us.
We told her that we were on an errand for Becky. She said she'd do it for us.
But we told her no, because Becky asked us, not her. We promised Becky to do it ourselves.
So Becky did entrust the locket to them. And now Carol has it. Right, Kaysen?
Huh?
You were in the room when Carol took the locket back from Diane. I saw you with Diane in the art gallery that day.
Well, yeah, I was there in the room, but I was only chatting with Diane. Oh, then Carol burst in, all angry looking. While Carol and Diane had their talk, I just sat there like a frog. Yeah, so Carol took the locket from Diane, but that has nothing to do with me, right?
Yes, I believe so. But from this instant, you are now a key witness in this case. I'm afraid you can't leave town until you hear from me.
What? Can you do that? This is all starting to sound a little like Alice in Wonderland.
Which makes you Humpty Dumpty.
Huh?
Come on. Don't talk about fairy tales and don't expect that reference.
Thank you. I think I'll be able to keep my promise with Becky thanks to you two.
How is Becky?
Is she getting better?
He's even wearing the
She'll
overalls.
come and help out at our store again, won't she?
She'll come and play with us again, won't she?
Boys, about Becky.
That's right. Becky is almost totally better now. But I don't think she'll be able to come and see you. I was told by Becky to keep this a secret. But she's actually a goddess of the forest, just like Anna. I think she's gonna be in the forest with Anna for a while.
Cool. We'll keep this a secret then, too.
Wow, that's why Anna and Becky are such good friends.
Okay, Willie.
You're happy too, aren't you?
Zach, I hope Emily doesn't end up as a forest goddess too. Okay then, Zach. Let's go over what we found out recently about the case.
First, Diane, the owner of the art gallery. She was out drinking with Nick Cormack in a bar on the night Anna died. Nick confirmed this, and so she has an alibi. But then we have what Nick's wife Olivia told us.
According to Olivia, Nick and Diane not only went to the bar, but also went somewhere else that night. Do you remember where that was, Zach?
That's right, the art gallery. Before entering the gallery, Diane looked back towards Olivia, almost as though she saw Olivia in the dark. Nick's behavior has also become more suspicious by the day. If Olivia is correct, then he is heavily involved in this case. But we have no conclusive evidence of that at the moment. The only thing we can say for sure is that Nick's whereabouts are unknown at the time of Becky's murder. He has no alibi for the crime, but that fact alone means nothing. So who was it that called Thomas to report trouble at Becky's place? That's right. It was Quint, Becky's boyfriend. He went to her house and saw the tragedy. Now, about Becky's murder.
Why didn't he stop it?
Embarrassed and mortified. Killer struck again while we were on the case. We found her bitten off tongue. A massive amount of red seeds that poured out of the blood.
That's why she couldn't talk that well.
An inverted peace symbol, like the one seen at the site of Anna's murder. From the similarities, one can deduce that Anna's killer killed Becky.
We also found one other important piece of evidence in Becky's room. Can you remember what that was, Zach? That's not right, Zach.
Oh.
Think harder. That's not right, Zach.
Oh, this is the first time I actually got it wrong. The first time and the second time.
That's right. We found a sketchbook in Becky's room. She had apparently written a letter to her sister Diane. It revealed that Becky took a locket from Anna's body at the crime scene. She also admitted to borrowing a pair of Diane's stiletto heel shoes. So Miss Stiletto Heels was Becky.
There was something else at the end of the letter. It said that she handed the locket and stiletto heel shoes to someone. Do you remember who, Zach?
No, it can't be Kaysen. Was it?
That's right, Zach. And from what Isaac and Isaiah told us,
Carol offered to take the items to Diane, but the twins refused. They gave them to Diane themselves, as they had promised. For some reason, Carol wanted the locket. She ended up storming into the gallery to take it from Diane. And when Carol took the locket from Diane, Kaysen just happened to be there. Is Kaysen involved in this? Or was he just there by coincidence? I wonder what's so special about the locket, too. Why did Carol want it so badly? The questions are mounting. Come to think of it, Quint, the first witness, has no alibi for Becky's death. We checked the phone records, and his call definitely came from her house. Is it possible he attacked Becky and then called us from the scene?
We haven't really seen him the entire game, so I don't think it's him.
Suspicious one way or another. What should we do next, Zach?
We've only just started seeing him.
Okay, who's the most suspicious?
Oh, we actually have to make a, honestly, it has to be Nick, unfortunately. I feel like Nick has let me down. Not all of us are great, but...
No, I don't think so, Zach. He's certainly suspicious, but there is someone else at the center.
Oh, yeah, no, it's Diane.
That's right. Becky's sister and Carol's enemy, linked to both Nick and Kaysen, the elegant owner of the art gallery.
Zach, that's our next move. We'll start with Diane.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
That's right. There's just too many things that we don't know. First, we need more intel about the relationship between Nick and Diane.
How?
Nick and Diane meet every night at the bar. Let's use that. George, we'll need you to stake out the gallery.
What do you mean?
Wait in the parking lot of the art gallery and tail Diane when she leaves. If she goes anywhere other than the bar, you let me know. Emily, you take the diner. Wait for Nick and tail him to the bar too. As with George, if he goes anywhere else, then you let me know.
Okay.
Thomas, you keep a watch on them inside the bar.
Yes, I will.
I'll be waiting in the parking lot of the bar. Once Nick and Diane are together, I will follow them wherever they go. What time do they usually show up, Thomas?
Around the same time. Usually between 22 and 2300.
Also, a closing time.
Boys and girls.
That's like 10, 11 p.m. Are these guys getting their freak on, as the kids would say? But yeah, dude, I have no idea where this story is going. But it's definitely getting interesting. Okay, looks like we got a big operation. Nick and Diane. And we're gonna have to see what they get up to.
Zach, we need to be at Carol's bar at 2200. Looks like we have some time to kill.
We can go to the diner and see how Nick and Olivia are doing.
So, Zach, this case turned into a multiple homicide.
What kind of motives turn a criminal into a serial killer? Is it hedonistic? Ritualistic? Copycat crime? Sex-related? Cannibalistic? From the Bureau's statistics. These interesting ideas don't always really explain the real motive. They're just words, phrases that the media uses to scare citizens. The spotlight falls on a mere 1% of all cases. Only the weird ones.
You understand all this, right, Zach? No matter how bizarre a crime may appear to be, at the root, there is always rage and personal interest. Right, Zach?
Most people simply don't kill for pleasure. But that kind of common sense never applies to our investigations. Maybe we're lucky. Or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. We end up working on those cases in that 1%.
Do you remember, Zach, the first case we handled just after becoming a special agent?
Now let's talk about this another time. I don't feel like it right now.
Oh, don't tell me I got sneaky agent again. No. Now I got flies all over me. Oh, it's Nick. He's showing up. Okay, he's pretty... Did he just hit that wall? And then he opened his door and he didn't get out? Bit of a weird driver, huh? From what I remember, this is like a big operation. We got the whole squad. Emily, George, Thomas.
Nick's still in the bar.
Just as we planned then.
I thought it was still in his car.
I wonder what happens next.
Agent York, you're really enjoying this, aren't you? I have to admit, I envy that.
Okay, it's really great.
What about Diane?
She isn't here tonight.
Emily, check that with George.
Is Diane
George,
next on the
can you
chopping
hear me?
block?
Nick's leaving the bar. What's happening with Diane?
No movement. Tell me what to do here.
Stay put, George. I'm thinking Nick will head to the gallery. Let's meet up there.
10-4. Copy that.
So far, the killer's only attacked women. Anna and then Becky. What does Nick have to be the biggest suspect, huh?
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's go.
Okay. Time to play with the big boys, Nick.
How much distance am I supposed to? I think you need to keep it in blue. Well, it's not hard to keep track of a car when there's almost like no traffic in this game. And obviously I won't lose track of him when you have that big text box just above his car. Okay, let's see how far he goes. The driving in this game is really slow. Ooh! Why did his car stop?
How can you stay calm at a time like this? We've just failed.
No need to worry. Nick will do this all again tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night!
How can you be so sure?
If he breaks his daily pattern just because he saw us tonight, then that would mean he's up to no good. We can question him then. He'll be at the bar. I'll bet dinner on it.
Everything was on,
You
man.
sound very confident. All right then, we'll try again tomorrow.
I'll let George know that we're trying again tomorrow.
He just turned and his car
All
stopped.
this again tomorrow?
That's right. Looks like Nick gets to play with the big boys for another day.
Okay, this has to be one of the longest tailing missions I've ever done in my entire life. I hope we're there soon. With how long he's been driving and how long we've been following, I think he's most definitely heading to the museum. But what's going to take place at the museum? Is this the entire mission? Me driving at like 20 miles an hour? Sorry, 20 kms an hour? You know, something gonna take place at the museum. Diane's gonna die. I mentioned before, but so far the killer only targets women. Anna and now Becky. But I'm not sure if he's targeted anybody else, you know, in this particular town. He, she, whoever's behind that trench coat. Honestly, man, it could actually be a woman. You know, just like throw us off there. Okay, that was almost like a jump scare. I thought we were gonna follow him all the way. Oh, what the fuck? I will say that's pretty good animation though.
We'd all have halos by now if I was driving.
I think someone's putting a curse on all the cars I drive recently.
Really?
Agent York, Nick's getting away.
Don't worry, time to get serious.
Can we extra speed now? Or he's just...
Is Nick here? George.
No, he hasn't showed up here.
What about Diane? Any movement?
No action here at all. Did something happen?
Yes, a little. But George, something's different about you. Are you okay?
Actually, I had a little drink while I was waiting. This is my first murder case, after all. I'm on edge, and I needed one. It was only a little, though. I'm still in control.
Zach, Nick and Diane are probably both inside.
George, you're sure you didn't see Nick?
Positive. I haven't taken my eyes from the entrance all night.
Not that I don't trust you, George. But I'm positive Nick is here. Is there another entrance?
Not that I know of.
Well, I'll go look for one. Help me out if you can, would you?
Okay, and now, okay, it's a bit of a different kind of mission, as you guys can see. It says closed, but we're still supposed to, like, try to find a way in. No cars have shown up. I haven't seen Nick either. I know. This is not about that. Okay, well, that's George. Oh, okay, no, this is the community center. I was thinking about that giant ass dog that was chasing us. Well, if Nick was headed anywhere, it was here. You sure about that? Maybe he took a different side road from the forest? The sheriff says he hasn't seen him. Oh, okay, we do have like a little gate here, and a shit ton of these guys spawning in. It's crazy that these guys can take like a huge chunk of health. Obviously, it's easily avoidable by just like... In some areas, it just gets annoying. It doesn't become a challenge, it just becomes an annoyance. Where you're going through like a corridor and the same one enemy is just respawning. It's like, yeah, I can kill him again. But this doesn't make it challenging, it just makes it annoying. And I think I can also do this. Surprisingly, it actually works, but I have to try to get past him real quick. Before that meter goes higher. We got a door right there, and we have the door from before. I think once we go inside this building, the vines will clear away. Okay, so that, now that's unlocked. I need you to get out of my space. Oh wait, there's like there's like a whole world beneath. Oh, now you guys join me in the back.
Emily, I want you guys to...
Wait out here, I know. I'm not gonna fight you about this anymore. But promise me this. If there's trouble, then you'll call us in, okay? You might not think so, but we're a team.
A team?
That's what I think, at least, and I'm interested in you and Zach. I don't want anything to happen to you before I hear more about you two.
None of this stuff really phases him. A cigarette a day keeps the demons at bay.
Zach, did you hear that? She wants to know more about you. Isn't that a nice surprise? Amazing.
Into the dungeon we go. Is this I'm getting deja vu to when we played Kingsfield, but that game was in first person, and certainly a lot more well made. Droplets of blood from the ceiling. The blood's still fresh. Could it be the victims? Oh no, Diane's dead. I'm calling it, guys. Diane's gonna die. And we're back to square one. And then it's Nick and Kaysen. They're gonna be the next suspects, and then another girl is gonna die, and... Please, no more murder. No more murder. That's actually not a bad painting. A pale portrait of a red background greeting us with a creepy smile. I can definitely see this being like a killer chase sequence.
Huh?
Yeah, come on, pop out. I know you wanna. Well, I can't see him. What is that? Isn't that the thing? Isn't that the thing from the ring? It kind of looks like Momo. Can I kill her? Or do I have to drag her out? I know I kept the MP5 for a special occasion. Okay. We're making progress. What is she doing? Oh, we're back to this. You gotta be quick though with your reflexes, but this game's so stiff. Oh my god, she could go all night, man. What the fuck? Well, I guess not all night, but my god. Guys, I usually keep everything constructive, but that particular section of the game just pisses me off. We don't ever encounter any enemy similar to that the entirety of the game. And with the game not having, I mean, from what I've seen of the settings, it doesn't have like you can't adjust your speed, that you turn and that you aim, so everything is just at a sluggish pace. And then you give me the and then you let me fight an Olympics gymnastics. Fuck it. Demon over here. Look at this thing, man. Look at how he holds it too. And then he uses it like an actual sword. It would be cool if there was like some like traditional like Japanese sword fighting stances. So I really need to change this suit, man. It's starting to smell. Okay, we got the old suit back. But you know what? Just to mix things up, we might actually just wear the green suit for like a little while. Try out all the costumes, you know. I mean, I know I can't aim up, but can I aim down at least? This game has to be trolling me. I don't like how the Decatur looks, but it looks pretty classical. Oh, this is the museum.
The entrance hall.
Okay, the tree certainly looks a lot different. Oh, it's one of these missions.
What are you doing here? So it was you. Much more astonishing than I imagined. I'm impressed. No! Don't! I'm not gonna stop!
She's definitely dead. I'm calling it. She's definitely dead. We barely even got to like interrogate her. Or talk to her or... Just have a cigarette.
We're still missing a vital piece of the puzzle.
While she's getting chefed up. Upstairs. Pull it down. Pull what down? Well, the museum's definitely seen better days, I think. We got another pedestal right here, and so one upstairs, one downstairs. I wouldn't mind if this was a boss fight. It actually looks kind of sick. It's got apples growing on it, surprisingly. Oh, do I have to shoot both the apples? I think it's a marksman type thing. I got one. Okay, I got very limited time. I thought I had to like shoot him in a row or something. I remember last time we had a puzzle like this, there was like 6 like red hands, and I shot, apparently I shot the right one. that. Oh shit, there's actually a third apple. There's like a white one in the back. You can barely notice it. Which should heavily contrast, but am I supposed to take him in like a limited time? Okay, it looks like some sort of like apple puzzle. And what do we do after? Go out to Applebee's or something? We don't even have that in Australia. I mean, do you guys see another apple? What happens when the timer hits, my screen's just going purple. Great color, but I can't see shit. Okay, I think, this guy has to be red. What is going on? He went insane? What is that face? That face is 1 in a million. Did you guys gotta go look? Okay, let's do this right. You don't think it's the right one? I only have 3 options. Ripe. Oh, I mean, it is still red. We gotta do it before York goes insane. Green. One more. This game truly is 1 in a million. You got this, my boy, lock in. Oh, she just came alive from the painting?
Amazing.
Oh, wow. First time one of those things hit me. Oh, yo. What do you mean I can't? At least send it to my toolbox. We finally got the shotgun. Well, shit, if I got shot by it, I might as well deserve it. We kind of just have to, like, find our way through and try to find some clues. More seeds. Red seeds in an evidence bag. Oh, it's not even in his hand, it's floating above his hand. A red seed could be an important clue in solving this case. That is insane.
What are you doing here? So it was you. Much more astonishing than I imagined.
Oh wait, that mark is on his back. Is this Nick? I doubt it's Nick, but it has to be somebody else. I don't know if this is the same person as the Raincoat Killer, or if the Raincoat Killer and this guy are like two separate people. I'm not sure. As I guess I'm right again. He only targets women. So it was Anna, then Becky, and then so soon, just after Becky, Diane. Oh no, I can see who's gonna be next. It's gonna be Olivia, and then it's gonna be... I'm not exactly sure. I know Emily at one point has to be targeted. So the profile is so far that like the killer's trying to kill these women for like I don't know, I guess that's his way of romance, but it's just some fucked up kind of romance. That's no romance.
Bullseye. Great. Amazing. Amazing.
Oh, another clue. We should open the door to the special exhibit room. Is it a clue, or is it just an item we can use? I like how it's like turned a whole museum, which is usually museums are kind of like open-ended. They like have a lot of like passages and stuff, so you know people can still freely walk through. They're not just like, so you can just flow through the museum. But the way the vines have kind of made it like a bit more like a linear of an experience, which is kind of cool. Another broken stiletto. This is interesting. I think we're getting somewhere. But it's a whole stiletto shoe this time. Becky must have sent these with her letter. So we figured that Becky was the one with Anna when she died, and then Becky obviously also died.
What are you doing here? So it was you. Much more astonishing than I imagined. I'm impressed. No! Don't! I'm not gonna stop!
I don't really have any more revelations since the last time, but I don't know. It seems like, you know, some people are holding out on us in the town. Like, I know Becky like had some idea who the killer may be, but she didn't talk to us, and then we just find her dead. And before she can talk, she just gets horrifyingly executed by elaborate means. Okay, never seen people in this area.
Yes.
All right, katana time. Yeah, this is actually kind of fun. If you stand some distance away, it's like a one shot every time. Now that is satisfying. Okay, we got another basement there. What's this game in the basements? It's a different painting this time. Or maybe this is a different shelf. That was definitely not there before. The symbol. The upside down peace sign. In blood on the circular painting, no part of the collection, I figure. Or maybe it's the killer leaving his mark. Okay, we got the full profile now. Okay, the killer came in, the raincoat one.
You? What are you doing here? So it was you. Much more astonishing than I imagined.
She seems to know the killer. We've seen his back and his hair, but he looks a bit of a guff. Listen, I understand there's a difference between emo and guff. I don't know. But he's got like the hand, those so not the hand, the things you put in your arms, with the spikes on it. And we got more demons. This has to be one of the longest missions in this game. I'm really having fun with this. I guess I'm gonna call it a katana if you know, if any neckbeards wanna. What the fuck? Melee weapons don't even... Dude, I spent almost $700 on a Japanese sword and it goes away after a few uses. What? That has to be one of the biggest scams. I was so hyped to use it, man. I mean, sure have a durability system, but don't have it, like, go within, like, the same mission after a few uses. I literally bought it midway through this mission, and then now I've lost it. I didn't even use it that much. Oh, we got this boss again. Like, it's not a challenge. It doesn't test the skills you've acquired throughout the whole game. Oh shit. I died. Please tell me another one's gonna join me. Fuck, man. What is this the gray filter? What is this? Oh my, this is... Yeah, no, I never want to do... I never want to do this, this level ever again. Either Diane's still alive, or I get the killer. Oh no. It's the same thing.
Agent Morgan, where are you? Answer me! Come on.
They're gonna start thinking it's York.
George, call for assistance with the body.
Wait! She's still alive.
Diane.
Oh, that has to be painful. It reminds me of one of those fucking ancient torture devices.
George, it's no good. It won't budge.
Emily, stand back.
Oh, it was obviously rigged. She has answers we need.
There's not enough time.
Let's hope we at least save somebody.
George, catch us.
If he pulls this off, that's fucking epic. This man has some balls of steel, man. What's that sound? It's like he's gonna do a Kamehameha.
Thomas, call an ambulance.
What? What?
Agent York, George, are you okay?
Why did he just dip out?
Yes, I'm okay. I think I'm too old to be an acrobat, though.
Diane looks okay too. She should be able to tell us who did this to her.
God, I hope so. But you, George, quite a catch. I'm impressed.
Hmm?
George?
Well, what's going on with George?
Diane.
What a beautiful beast.
She doesn't even have her own tongue.
In all who clear. Every woman will fantasize about being penetrated by those sharp boys.
I guess she's devoted to her work, man, but honestly, I just feel bad.
Far more than a wooden piece of art. It is a piece of masterpiece by elegant Diane? Come closer. Begging for
Oh no.
Diane!
You still in a Nick?
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Huh.
Back off! Don't touch me!
She wants to die.
Diane, no! Move!
Emily, hurry!
Okay, this story's got much more complicated than I anticipated. Okay, so Nick and Diane, I don't know, he's got some like... He just went insane for some reason. There's some like weird sexual lust thing going on right there. It's weird. Don't tell me Emily's dying, no.
I requested
Come on, no.
Thomas will need a body bag too.
All her organs on the ground. Why did she make a performance? She just got up and just made a performance.
Nick, quiet.
It's all your fault, Nick. Everyone was safe.
Hear that?
Hmm?
What's going on with his face? It's like he fell in dirt or something. Kaysen, why is his dog here? This is the wildest drama I've ever watched.
I think he wants us to follow him. Shall we follow, Zach?
I called an ambulance, but I know keep an eye on George and Nick. We might still need it. Make sure no one touches Diane's body either. York, I can still feel her hand. Emily, it's okay. Just try and calm down. I'm going after Wheelie. You just take it easy here. York. And then the dog. I wanted to ask Nick, what the hell is going on here? On the day we've... Okay, looks like the dog is gonna lead us on. Diane, we did what we could, but we still lost her. It wasn't all your fault, George. I'll go see what Wheelie wants to show us. I'll leave the rest here to you. What is the dog leading us onto? Obviously, Kaysen has to be somewhere around the area. The killer can't be Kaysen, but he can definitely be complicit in the murders. You don't have to do the killing to be guilty. You could also be supplying the killer. He's gone on some like weird pathway. Okay, yep. This place does not look familiar to me. Oh, this is the office, no? We've only been here like once, and that was like for a cutscene. Well, we didn't really enter in the office, but we're at the front of it. Front of the door. The dog knows something. We can't do nothing until the this cutscene is madness. Okay, what is it, dog? Is this the end of the road? I need to stop giving up on the game. I always feel like, you know, when something's not going right, then I start like blaming the game. Like, oh no, the game's bugged. With all the bugs we experienced, I've kind of gone comfortable with that notion, but. Oh, that's the sapling that Kaysen always carries around.
Willie, are you out there?
Kaysen, what are you doing in there?
York, is that you? Thank God. I can't get this door open. Can you unlock it from your side?
Oh, obviously.
Kaysen, stand away from the door.
Yeah, I knew it. There's some like weird sexual thing going on. with Kaysen, Nick, and Diane. Oh, even when we met Diane, she tried to,
Where's Diane?
she offered to sleep with us, so...
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, let's just say I have my reasons, you know, private reasons. I don't really have to tell you, do I?
Actually, you do. Diane just died a moment ago.
What?
You're not just a key witness now. You're now a suspect. And you need to tell me exactly what you were doing here.
Well, I just came here to talk with Diane, to have a conversation.
And I suppose that kiss mark on your cheek is from your conversation.
This was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Which is exactly what killed Diane.
Okay. I came here to be with Diane. You happy now? We've been together before, a couple times. It's one of the reasons why I like coming to this town, see? This time is no different. I bumped into her in a bar in Seattle. I had some holiday coming up. Well, so I just took it and I drove her back here. I have a wife, you know, but we've been separated for a while. We're going through a divorce right now, and I don't want her lawyer finding out. Anyway, how could I kill Diane if I was in a room locked from the outside? 2 hours ago,
Perfect
me and
alibi.
Diane, we were taking it easy, drinking upstairs. We were, you know, enjoying ourselves. Then Nick had to show up. Well, then Diane had a sudden change of heart. She locked me up in here. I've just been here, waiting for her to come back, of course, but she didn't. I heard footsteps a couple of times, but they just passed by. Well, then I couldn't wait anymore, so I let Willie here out through the window. Then you showed up instead of Diane.
Zach, Diane has become the third victim of our killer.
A third victim
Not
so
after
soon.
questioning Nick. Nothing. Got no new leads from questioning Nick. He's taken the death of Diane really badly. In shock, the works. He claims to have liked talking with her about art, but he also had a problem with her views about men. He says that they argued, but not at a level that would lead to a murder. They were about to head out to the bar again together, but while he was waiting for Diane, someone knocked him out cold. He has no idea who it was either. Of course, Kaysen looks like a prime suspect, but that door was locked from the outside. There was no other way in or out of that room, which means there is no evidence of his involvement at this time. He did say something else. The footsteps he heard outside the room were not heels, but a man's boots. And Nick was wearing boots. But now that Diane's dead, no one can back up Nick's statement, which is why we have Nick in custody and have to let Kaysen go free. That seemed like the only option, at least for now.
One more thing, Zach. George looked terribly depressed. I guess this case is really getting to him.
He's feeling responsible for the deaths of Becky and Diane. Take his rules and confidence away from him? I wonder what's left. Well, of course, he'd still have muscle.
That has to be the longest mission in this entire game, man. And I will say it. I will say it one more time. I love the vibe. I like the absurdity. I like the. I love the story of this game. But I just really don't like the gameplay. The story is a highlight. Everybody enjoys the story. It's, obviously, like it's it's definitely quality, but just when it comes to the actual gameplay, it's just it's rough, man. It's rough. So yeah, sorry about all the ranting, but you know, if you wanted my views about the game, great story, horrible gameplay.
Zach, let's get back to the hotel. First Anna, then Becky, now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a moment?
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar. Of course, we don't really have to.
A bar? Now that sounds like a good idea. Zach, what do you think? We can go drinking with George, or turn him down and head back to the hotel. George, that scar on your cheek. Where did you get it?
This? Didn't I tell you? Well, it's not from work. I got it when I was a kid.
A childhood injury. Tree climbing? I used to get a few scrapes myself climbing the big tree in our backyard. I used to climb it a lot, and fall out of it a lot.
This wasn't anything like that, though. It was my mother. She did it.
I'm sorry, George.
Don't worry. It's ancient history. The world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over their victims. I have no memories of my father. He left before I knew him. My mother would hit me every time I asked why. And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud, she found reasons to hit me. Hit me bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment. She'd whip my back with these thin tree branches like a whip.
Oh, you know what, man? This is some like childhood nostalgia for me, man. I remember every day, man. Every time I do something wrong, just bust out the belt
Punishment was
or whatever nearest object.
Just hearing those words
every day, bro.
And want to pass out. And that's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing. This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you. And me, being a naive, dumb kid, I believed her. I went to the woods to apologize to the trees. I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way? I thought long and hard about it. In the end, I've just figured I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
But now, you have the power to protect the weak.
That's right. Perhaps I should thank my mother for guiding me into this line of work. York. I've been an arrogant fool, haven't I? And if it weren't for me, both Becky and Diane would still be alive. I could have saved them both. You know, it's almost like they died because of me.
You're out of your mind.
I invited you to this bar for a drink, but I guess this bar is my confession chamber, and I wanted you to listen. And to tell you, well, you must already hate me for causing all these problems, not following your orders. York, I'm sorry. I'll follow your orders from now on. You'll have my total cooperation.
George, you've been as cooperative as you can be. You even invited an FBI guy to a bar for drinks. You've done a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that. Nobody can blame you for anything.
Thanks. I do feel a little better.
Okay, that was a good time.
Since we're here, why don't you talk to a few other people? I'll just finish off my drink. Let me know before you leave, okay?
Yeah, I mean, what is the rush? There's no one we can talk to. How about this lady? Oh, okay. Yep. I mean, I saw her and then I was like, yep. A diva and her own boss at her age. Quite impressive character-wise. A stark contrast to her brother Thomas. Wait, this is Thomas's sister?
Hey, Carol. Becky is dead. Diane, too. We've got Nick in custody as a suspect.
Nick didn't do it.
I know.
Then who did?
Carol. You took a locket from Diane, didn't you? A locket with this mark on it.
Carol, I forgot about Carol. Because we haven't seen her in such a long time. Okay, what I was saying. It's gonna be Carol, Olivia, and I'm guessing the last one, or the last possible target, will probably be Emily. But we hope that it doesn't come to that. She's not bad. What's to this guy and he's the bag's under his eyes? It's like he hasn't slept in 100 years. Honestly, a good performance.
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Zach, Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
Oh, is it actually Emily?
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
York? Why is she here?
I just thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose. Is this a problem?
No, of course not. Pardon me, Emily, but I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George, I just got here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I was supposed to leave a while ago.
I'm afraid I've already had enough.
Looks like Fate had other ideas for York.
Man to man with York. So I'll see you guys.
Well, this is York's this is York's dream, man. He's been talking about Emily the whole game.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past.
Why was the cup blurred?
Okay. He did ask me out when I first came to town.
He looks so much bigger than it was.
But I never really considered him my type.
When you look at that like side.
There's the age gap thing too. I respect him, of course. Or I wouldn't have taken this job otherwise.
So, did you move to this town alone?
Of course not. I came with my parents.
Tell me about them then.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He was hardly at home when I was a kid, always working. Those pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him. My mother? Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect. She was always kind and understanding. Not only that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce, too, scolding me if I took a wrong step. We had our battles, sure, but all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's gone now. Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever I go. It's what I treasure most.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
Galaxy of Terror.
I had a good time tonight. Good night.
I want to check out the swear bar.
York.
Yes.
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
You know, I could have just left. But it actually ended up being a good night at the bar.
So, Zach, this case turned into a multiple homicide.
What kind of motives turn a criminal into a serial killer? Is it hedonistic? Ritualistic? Copycat crime? Sex-related? Cannibalistic? From the Bureau's statistics. These interesting ideas don't always really explain the real motive. They're just words. Phrases that the media uses to scare citizens. The spotlight falls on a mere 1% of all cases. Only the weird ones.
You understand all this, right, Zach? No matter how bizarre a crime may appear to be, at the root, there is always rage and personal interest. Right, Zach?
Most people simply don't kill for pleasure. But that kind of common sense never applies to our investigations. Maybe we're lucky. Or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. We end up working on those cases in that 1%.
Do you remember, Zach, the first case we handled just after becoming a special agent?
Now let's talk about this another time. I don't feel like it right now.
One of my favorite parts in this game is when you do that end of episode like recap. where it recaps you on like the entire episode. Well, it doesn't recap you, but it tests your knowledge of the game. It's a good way of like, you know, getting you to remember stuff and like what's most important.
Zach, let's go over our progress.
From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Was it that?
That's right. Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed, which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There were two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other.
Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
That's right, Kaysen. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him. Kaysen's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up? That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day, which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
Oh, it's just faces of him. I don't know.
Me too. Usha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the Raincoat Killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession, the man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Who's knocking? Some,
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
and then you ended up in,
My mother was
in my hotel.
She always smiled so brightly. Baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
We all want to know.
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
Or is this a cop out so he can speak to the player, which is us?
Back when I was a child.
You know how like whenever you watch a TV show or a video game, the character talks to you even though that's not normal to talk to yourself? What is this?
I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
He said something similar at the start of the game.
When I came back to my senses, they were
Him
both
as an
dead.
old man.
He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe hopeless, but not useless.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember? Our conversation with Emily. She's really interested in you.
I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it.
What is going on with him?
I'm going mad. I know you're there.
Imagine if Nick becomes a serial killer.
Thomas?
I had this crazy theory that what if it was Emily? He's definitely not around the head. Oh, we're back at the bar. Wait. That's the woman from the flashbacks. Is this some like crazy sex code gone wrong? Oh man. It just gets deeper and deeper, man. This oh man.
Previously during the investigation.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
Wait! She's still alive.
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Emily, hurry!
You saved my life.
No need to thank me for that.
Why does it have to be a fellow
Pretty
Nick?
Useless.
Huh? Why does every
Couldn't
Nick
save Becky.
suspect?
I couldn't save Diane.
This place looks very different. Okay, well, we made it up to episode 3 now. We've got door number 1. Door number 2, and it seems like there's other doors in the background. Is this like some sort of giant hub? Oh, what the fuck? That guy actually fucking scared me, man. I've played horrifying horror games, man. I've played horrifying horror games. Like, I've seen, like, my organs being ripped out and stuff, you know? But just this dude sitting and standing in the white. And because this obviously, like, is a 2000s game, like, you can see, like, the... Just him just, like, fucking with a stone cold look. That actually did fucking scare me. I was like, you know, after you go through these doors multiple times, you just don't expect someone to be on the other side. Something that wasn't scary actually got me. Okay, again, I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit. Guys, it is a rare chance to catch me scared. If you have, then good on you. Who the hell is this person? Is this the Zach?
Open this door.
Oh, this is the older version of York.
Turning back. You still want to enter?
I do. It's better than staying here.
Very well then. Off you go, Mr. York.
Oh, we actually have to relive it. Okay, so the child we saw earlier, that was younger version of York.
Carefully.
How did he not recognize himself?
At times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love.
Oh, don't tell me he's that at the same thing where he saw demons and stuff. But his own wife? And York's mother? Yeah, that guy, that kid looks very similar to like York when he was younger. I think we already established that the old man is an older version of York, the main character, and this seems to be one of his grandchilds. The red sapling. I was gonna say that was one hell of a dream. That place looked really nice though. You know, we got a break from all the red. Okay, looks
Mr.
like
Morgan, do you want a refill?
Yes, thank you.
Is the coffee that good, Mr. Morgan?
Coffee is a vital, investigative tool. I know exactly what to do now.
yellow tags. Okay.
It says to hurry. And the first letter of each line is H-A-R-R-Y. Hurry to Harry. Looks like the time that he was talking about has come. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit. Polly, I think I'm going to go see Harry today.
Oh, really? He's a little strange, but I think he's the most trustworthy one around here. I think you'll have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly, then we probably will.
Of course. Now, give me your cup, and I'll give you some more coffee.
I'll see you later, Polly.
You could have just gave it a cup, man. Like that is.
Mr. Morgan, what about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your coffee!
Hey, am I still a suspect?
Of course.
No. Okay, well, good. My wife and I have been living separately for over 3 years now. Diane, she's a single woman, so this shouldn't be a problem.
That's true.
I feel so bad for Diane, though. Gosh, did you find out who did it?
I can't discuss that.
Yes, of course. I understand. You don't have to tell any of the folks around town about me and Diane, do you?
No, I won't do that. But it's a small town. I'm sure the rumors have started already. Nothing to be ashamed of, right? What's there to worry about?
Nothing in particular. No, nothing at all. I'm clean as the sheets in this hotel. What's with that look? We don't have a problem, right?
Do we?
It looks like Kaysen is involved with another woman in town. We can only hope it isn't Emily.
York, I can't find Thomas. Was he here?
No, I haven't seen him. Have you tried the radio?
I've been trying, but he's not answering.
What about Nick?
No problem with him. He's calmed down a little. He's still saying he didn't do it. Nick said that Thomas disappeared sometime during the night. He kept calling for him, but Thomas stopped responding. I'm a bit worried. George has asked for permission to search for Thomas.
I understand that things have been hard for Thomas, but surely he's just resting at home. But I'm not against looking for him. Tell George that he has my blessing.
Okay. As far as I know, Thomas always calls in when he needs a day off.
We're human, and so we are limited. As far as you know, there haven't been any serial killings here before, right?
That's right, but that's not...
Emily, I'm going to see Harry today.
What? Why? We have plenty of other leads to follow, don't we?
He did invite me over, though. It would be bad manners not to accept.
Are you really an FBI agent? I think the FBI would take a more logical approach to investigations.
But Emily, a serial killer does not stay within the boundaries of logic. Thus, you can't hope to capture such a killer using only logic. That's why I'm going to see Harry. You go with George and find Thomas.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great. Thanks.
I was an idiot for thinking he might be a good pick. I really need to work on my taste in men.
Well, the options are limited in Greenvale.
Zach, we've ended up with a third victim. That dive I made at the gallery ended up being a wasted attempt to save a life. It's a real mess, Zach.
Dive. When's the last time I made a dive like that? Oh, I remember. Do you? It was in my late teens. We used to go to those concerts. You and I liked punk rock, but we liked different types of punk. You liked hard and heavy punk, like Crash and Sham 69. I liked the more twisted ones, like The Damned, Buzzcocks, Iggy Pop, and Joy Division. We used to talk for hours about the bands we really liked, but for some reason, neither of us listened to the Sex Pistols.
The Sex Pistols?
Seems strange thinking about it now.
There's some really weird band names, out there. Every time I try to speak at the end of a cutscene, it always switches to the loading screen. It's just like let me get a word in. We're actually gonna see the old man now. Will we get to see himself unmasked? Like, what happened to his face?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside. Mr. Francis York Morgan, Mr. Stewart has been waiting for you. To the meeting room you shall go to.
I don't think this guy's human. I think he's a robot. I mean, he certainly has the money to do it. I thought he was just gonna start playing a piano for the sake of it, to just show off how fancy this place is. But that is actually pretty sophisticated.
Is through here. Please be kind. Be sincere.
Be kind and be sincere. It sounds like I don't know. It sounds like we're about to get a gun put to our head or something. It's like we're entering the mob boss's house or something. Sympathy, free, no 5, no 6. Eroica, fate, pastoral. EFP. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember that. I'm guessing there's gonna be some fancy password that we're gonna have to type in. I don't know. I've this is for like a side quest or for the main quest. I don't know why we have to take all the umbrellas. Okay, but they all have a different design, so I don't think like they're generic. Yep. Look at that. Umbrellas. Oh wait, the musical thing gave us the clue. Okay, so it's 3, 5, and something else. And we gotta put it into these ones. Okay, so I don't need all the umbrellas. But I guess, I just want to get rid of it in my inventory.
Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues.
Oh, and the eyes glow green. I told you guys, man, like, you know, I know all this game's tricks, man. Alright, so now we need to find the 2 other ones, and I don't think we need to enter every room now. I think we just need to check what which rooms it wants us to go into. Alright, now we just need 5 and 6. So with all these I wonder, right, if there's stuff in your inventory that you don't need, can you just like get rid of it? I still haven't found how to like sell or, you know, to just get rid of stuff. But I don't know why he needs a mask like that. It's like he's been living in Chernobyl his whole life. I think his assistant is weirder than him and his mask.
Have some tea while it is hot. Too much coffee for your body will make it rot.
You seem well prepared. Almost as though you knew I would be coming today.
Mr. Stewart is particular about the best timing for all things. Now please, drink some tea and enjoy the good health it brings.
I'm sorry, Harry, but I just don't like tea.
Mr. Francis York Morgan.
Why does he always have to say my full name?
Sugar is what's best admired by your body that looks so tired. So says Mr. Stewart.
It's got some fancy drugs or something inside, I think. Oh.
Harry, where did you get these seeds?
Why is everyone fucking with me, man? I'm an FBI agent. Not in real life, but... Now you got some questions. So you got some answers to my questions.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, those seeds were found in our town, in a certain specific place. More seeds are there, you will see, when you find that certain space. Come back to me and we shall talk after you find that certain place.
Oh, just don't help us.
So says Mr. Stewart.
I look extra guilty. All he succeeded in doing was make himself look more guilty.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, a hint for you to find this location.
It is most crowded and most quiet, and gives a cold sensation. So says Mr. Stewart.
All right. So you're not going to talk unless I find this certain place. I'll play along.
Is it right next to the community center? Okay, thankfully, thankfully these next two chapters when, as long as that first one has to be like, almost as long as that, the lumber mill one. Things are getting interesting, man. whenever I started like warm up, I started like, you know, I started catch up, like, oh yeah, this is that. Like I started to have an answer for everything. It just like, it takes everything that I've learned and just like think of it as a glass bowl and just smashes it.
Zach, let the treasure hunt begin. A crowded place, and yet it is very quiet there. Have you figured it out, Zach?
The community center.
Must be the graveyard. There's lots of people there, but none of them can speak. You see?
That's actually
Let's get going to the
that's also good. A graveyard does make sense.
You know what? There was one band that we both liked.
We went all the way to New York to see them play, right, Zach?
It
Who's
took us
that?
hours to get to New York by bus. We got to the CBGB and we were so nervous we couldn't go inside.
It took us 30 minutes to gather enough courage to go inside. And inside, we were shocked. Right, Zach?
I'll never forget that feeling. It was like a blitzkrieg bop. The Ramones. That song still makes me feel good. And that's a sign of a classic. But it's amazing I got in without being asked for ID. Those were the good old days. Rock and roll high school and Chinese rock. Sheena is a punk rocker and surfing bird. And I was so depressed when I heard the news of the deaths. Original punk is one of the greatest gifts left from the 20th century. Let's hope they're still rocking on wherever they are.
Yeah, so he says a place that's really crowded, but also somewhat empty. And he had a photo of the community center, which is I think that's the second place he's ever appeared. And my mind immediately went to the community center, but then he also mentioned the graveyard, which is actually not a bad guess. I've been meaning to check out the graveyard in a weird way, but it might actually prove useful to the investigation. I don't know. We've never been there. Okay, this is one pretty remote place. One of the things I hate the most about this game is driving in the wilderness. Because especially bundle that in with the driving. And like you hit it, like even like merely graze an object, your car just like almost comes to a pause. It just... With how slow the driving is already. Alright, okay, this... I'm not sure if this is a graveyard or for you to never see your loved ones, because this is really far. But I guess it needs to be someplace remote. Somewhat.
Just as Harry said, it's crowded and quiet.
But also the community center is also a good guess. Because the community is smaller.
Hey, Brian.
Agent. Mr. Agent, how are you?
He looks like Edward Scissorhands' long-lost cousin.
Just playing a little game with Harry.
Game? A game? Oh, is that
Fun?
We've only just started, Brian. The fun is about to begin.
Sounds
I'd
like
to ask you something, actually.
Sounds like he's gonna torture
Is there
him.
a tree in the graveyard that drops red seeds?
Seeds. Red seeds. That tree does. And that one. And that one too. All red seeds.
I guess he was right. It was the graveyard. And there's gargoyles right next to the trees. Like, could we make it even more demonic? Oh, do we not go in through the front entrance? Of course, there's demons and that's weird. We never had a character witness us kill demons, so I'm guessing he must know. Also, if I do get a chance, I gotta use this I gotta use the shotgun. It would be like a lot more fun if it was a lot more like a lot more of a hack and slash. Where you don't have to like aim to like hit a melee weapon.
Bullseye.
I need you to move, Laylee. Alright. You have requested to die.
Great.
I don't have time for your shit, lady. Oh, but at least thank you for the first aid. Now this is the part where we just try to make a run for it. Run, 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 run. She's gonna eat my neck. Oh, it's a he.
Amazing. Nice shot. Yes.
Get out of my face. We made it. This monolith looks quite old. I might be able to move it if I push hard enough. I think this is going to be a puzzle. I think we need to put these gargoyles in certain sections. I think I can relax with the pushing now.
Zach, mission accomplished. Let's get back to Harry's.
But what's this gonna solve?
Better be good.
Why don't they stake out the place for the red seeds or?
These seeds. They were right here under my nose. It's as if I was carefully carrying a bottle of water while walking in a pool.
We're learning the countryside version of common sense the hard way, Zach.
Okay, and I thought there might have been a puzzle with these gargoyles. That would have been like a good opportunity, you know, just make the. Hey. I figure he lives in town somewhere, but something about him feels different from other folks. Bad seeds. I won't touch him. But yet you have all these trees and stuff. A green tomato. Usually a green tomato is like a run and run, no? Guys, when it comes to tomatoes, man, I'm a connoisseur of tomatoes. Maybe not really. I just prefer like, you know, normal tomatoes, diced and some salt on it. I'm not much of a big ketchup guy. I mean, I like ketchup and all that stuff, and lasagna and fucking spaghetti and all that stuff, but pizza and all that stuff, but so some diced tomatoes, man, can go with a lot of things.
So, Zach, about Emily.
My first impression when we met her on that bridge is slightly different from what I think about her now. Don't you think she's pretty mesmerizing?
And Zach, she seemed interested in you.
Did you make a move on her? No, don't answer. I'm just asking. But if you like her, I won't stand in your way. But I'd like to hear the truth. Because this kind of stuff could affect our friendship, you know. Me? I'm just interested in her, that's all. It isn't love or anything. From what I can tell, she doesn't even seem to like me. It's pretty clear from how she acts when she's around me.
As you know, Zach, I'm cautious with women. It's because I was badly burned in my last relationship.
I really have no idea what women are thinking. That's my problem.
You're pretty friendly with the ladies, aren't you, Zach?
Fuck.
Maybe you should teach me about how to interact with women.
Okay, now we're going back to the old man's house. He's gonna give us another riddle, is he? He did say to come back and talk to him once we found the seeds, so...
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
I hate every time he mentions, like, my full name. It just... No, hello, how are ya? How you been?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, please proceed to Mr. Stewart's room. There he awaits you, I shall assume.
Okay, that just despawned real quick. I should talk to him. I should have some alone time with him. I like how he has like no description for him. He just says, "Let's hear what this person has to say."
Yes.
The timing is now to meet Mr. Stewart. I shall be kind and be alert. The timing is now and not tomorrow. If you miss it, you'll feel sorrow. So until your meeting is finished, I shall be locking the front door. If you get tired or become famished, what we have, please use as yours. Well, I'm guessing yeah, he's definitely a person, but we don't know much about him. Other than he's really polite, he's really professional, and also almost robotic. He just... Oh, it's another one of these, so 14, 23, and 26, so... if you remember the last time we were here, we had to find like 3 umbrellas and put them into like statues, and the eyes glowed, and then the old man appeared. Okay, so what is the puzzle now? A statue of the cavalry cavalry trooper looks like it might move along the grooves in the floor. This must be another one of these gimmicks. Oh wait, is there numbers on these? Yes, there is. 3, 4, 6. Okay, so I don't have to find anything. All I have to do is move the statues, which, I mean, it's different. Okay, so he has a lot of these statues that are kind of like soldiers. I'm not sure if it's a younger version of the old man or one of his ancestors or whatnot, but he seems to have a lot of these statues. And they seem to be roughly the same dude, so... I don't know, will we get an answer for that at some point? Alright, so let's see what we got. We got... Okay, no, so these are full numbers, and then these are like little numbers, so... the first number is 14, so 10, Are they all facing the same exact way? Okay. I almost thought I had to almost like turn them as well. Okay, so 10 and 4. So one of the statues needs to be right here. Alright, this should be fun. You almost gotta like watch the full animation. Yeah, this is the fast. This is as fast as we can go. I think if it went at two times speed, the game would break. See, we got it. Okay, so this isn't hard as well. Actually, I think I really like this one compared to the umbrella one, because you have to find all those objects and put them in, and it just okay, so the next two need to be on this row, so 20. So one's at 3 right here, and one's at 6. So let's do this one first. Why does he have this all these puzzles like scattered around his place? I'm losing track. The FFV is a bit small and I can't really make out the numbers, so. And the other one goes right next to the other one. Okay, this one's gonna take a while. Honestly, I can't remember when certain puzzle in this game has given me like such tremendous problem. I think it was the one in episode 2 where you gotta like you know, when we had to like explore the museum and like you had this. And then you also had to like guess how many like stuff was in certain paintings. It was just that one was hard, but the rest of these are pretty standard. Which you know, I like to test my brain. I don't need a the Talos Principle up in here. Okay, now that door's open. I think it would have been cooler if this statue was right here. It would have looked way cooler. Okay, we finally found the way. I swear this place is bringing me back to Wolfenstein 3D, man. When you're going through those mazes and stuff. Wow. Okay, this place looks sick. Do you guys see the reflections on the ground? Okay, this looks really nice. And then we go to that statue again. Well, we didn't have to do it that way, but I mean, he did send us on a wild goose chase.
What you said was true, and I'd like to hear more.
Oh wait, is he actually gonna take off the mask?
York, as you know, there's a powerful mystery surrounding these seeds. You've seen them at those other murders that took place elsewhere. And you've seen them deeply involved with the murders in this town as well.
That's right. But how do you know all this?
York, you must be younger than you look. Youngsters tend to hurry so much that they let things slip right past them. What you need to do is slow this down a bit. That way you'll see what's really important. Let me tell you a story. 50 years ago, when the war was over, Just about when the communist Red started to become a rising threat, our town constructed a huge clock tower. Then,
I knew there was importance to that.
a serial killer wearing a red raincoat went on a killing spree.
Okay, so the killer's old.
Raincoat Killer? Stop playing games with me, Harry.
Is he the original Raincoat Killer?
The FBI has no such record of a multiple homicide case in this.
He has Hannibal vibes, you know, rich and...
York, Anna, Becky, and now Diane. Their deaths are real, not folklore, not legend. The Raincoat Killer is also real. But under a strict gag order, the mass murder case was never made public. In fact, one could say that it was completely erased from history. Tell me, who do you think would be able to do something like that?
The military.
Really?
Very good. A model student.
I thought he was going to say somebody at the
There are
police
no
department.
records about it. Then how do you know it really happened?
Good question, York. Why would I know this? The answer is very simple. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. The brutal killer himself. But we can talk about the details of that encounter.
Okay, so it looks like he said there was a gag order, but he's...
Your Raincoat Killer. The new Raincoat Killer, if you will. The new Raincoat Killer. Yes, let's call him that.
So he's a copycat or a disciple?
What you want to know more about is the new one. Between 10 and 20 years ago, I noticed that these red seeds were special. And someone else...
I like this. Give me a lot of information.
The human imagination can lead to tragedy sometimes. Someone linked the red seeds to the serial killer legend and said, if you eat the red seeds and then kill someone, you will become immortal. This new fabricated legend was passed on from one to the next, evolving, changing every time, like a rumor.
That waterfall looks sick.
Some may have actually taken the seeds to try them out, to prove the legend, that is. York, the red seeds you have found from those other murders, they all came from this town, together with that one evil rumor. People on the other side of the planet may have heard of it by now, and new seeds might be growing in different parts of the world.
So you're saying that the series of cases I've been following are all linked to this town? That's interesting, Harry. But there's no evidence to support that story. None of the criminals we caught for the other murders ever mentioned anything like that.
It's your job, your role and duty to look into that, York. Now, the game must go on. You know I said that the incident 50 years ago was totally erased. Well, not quite. Records still exist in the sheriff's office. The old sheriff back then hated the military and did his own investigation. I need you to bring those documents here, to me. Once you've done that, I'll tell you everything I know.
What if it's one of the old men, like the, no, I'm not sure if it's their grandpa or fucking uncle to those twins.
We may as well let the old man have his fun.
Okay, this is what I like, game. Give me more of this, where we just have a character just spew out like a shit ton of information. Dude, that is like that was so fucking interesting. He just started like laying it all down. He just like, okay, no, obviously we don't really know if everything he's saying is completely 100% honest, but he just gave us like a shit ton of context, which is nice. But yeah, no, that was yeah, that has to be like one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. He just started like telling us all about the killer, which we've heard like little bits here and there, but it's mostly been focusing on like individual like townsfolk and whatnot lately.
Documents from a case that happened 50 years ago. Let's play along with the old man for a little longer, shall we?
Zach, that means we need to head for the sheriff's department.
The sheriff's department? Didn't he say it was something to do with the military?
There aren't many young women left in this town.
Even Emily could be targeted next. We can't rule that out.
I reckon she's gonna be the final target.
Catch the Raincoat Killer ASAP. And that means working closely together. We can work out the Emily situation later.
Don't get me wrong, Zach.
I mean, I'm not interested in Emily because she's female or anything. I'm just saying she's interesting. You know, as in interesting person. But by looking at her, she reminds me of something I used to feel. That's all. Like back when I first met you. You know, that feeling we all used to feel back when we were kids? Feeling safe while also feeling a need to protect, that kind of feeling.
But Zach, who made me feel that back then?
Anyways, we're getting closer one step at a time to cracking this case. I have a feeling it's going to get tough.
Two steps forward and one step backwards. What the f... Hold on. Hold the hell on. Did I see him as, It was gone. Did you guys see what I saw? I just saw him, like, I saw him as like a little character. I was like, what was that? Oh, man. I think I must be crazy. Like, I must be seeing things. I'm playing this game way too much. But I saw the dude and he looked like really small. I'm like, hold on. That can't be a real person. Obviously, it can, you know. Small people exist, but it was just weird. He was like floating in the air. I'm just like, huh? I might have to check editing, but I'm certain what I saw.
Zach, we can take a rest if you're tired.
But I could also be very wrong. Man, playing this game too much is no good for me. I mean, I doubt George will have any part of it. He's definitely older, but he's definitely not that old. 50 years ago. You know, he's definitely in his late 40s, maybe early 50s, but like 50 years ago, he would be a baby or something. He would be as old as the older man.
Can there really be documents here that the FBI doesn't even have? What do you think, Zach?
York, I told you. That's nothing more than local folklore.
Harry said that he was there.
The Raincoat Killer is a phantom, made up to scare children long ago.
But we gotta look at all the facts.
From Harry, of all people.
I agree with George.
What?
Harry likes to play with people.
If there's a Raincoat Killer walking around, we gotta know all the info of the folklore.
George, Emily. Of course I don't believe him word for word. But you won't mind if I at least try to confirm that he's wrong, will you?
Well then, can you look for the files by yourself? I'm still looking for Thomas.
Wait, Thomas is missing?
Emily, open the filing room for
When
us.
did that happen? Where am I now? Is this the file room of the police
You're here
department?
too, Zach. This might mean we're getting warmer to what we need.
Okay, this is maybe like one of the first times the game's actually like teleported us somewhere. It's still obviously in the police department, but just... You don't walk into the room and then watch the vines go up, we're just here. I'm sure I didn't skip a cutscene or whatnot. I'm shooting zombie police officers. I don't know, should I go to jail or... Oh, it's not gonna be good. Dude, you shoot me with that? I'm gonna bust out the Oh, okay, it's gonna be like that, huh? I told you I was saving it for a special occasion. Anybody can get it. Oh, this is a profiling mission? Okay, so it's obviously the Raincoat Killer in some sort of like, some sort of room.
Too much noise.
Yeah.
We're still missing a vital piece of the puzzle.
We need all the context. Okay, now this is one I'm really interested to see. Now we're really starting to learn about the killer. And I vividly remember being in a room like this. (1954, 47, 55, 56). Like someone removed something. Yeah, that looks pretty clawed up. Okay, let's see if it's still really blurry. Okay, so he's somewhat of a sophisticated killer when he's, you know, when he's not chasing us. I'm gonna try doing that a lot more, just not even killing anything, just like saving a lot of time. Just don't mind me. Okay. Wait, this is the, this reminds me a lot of the police station. Yeah, no, this is the police station. Yeah, no, that's, I remember that jar right there with all the lollies and stuff, or whatever the hell that is. All the sweets and stuff. Wait, did the killer change his MO and went after Thomas? When did Thomas go missing? I can't remember when that happened. Don't tell me it's Thomas. No, it can't be. Is that it? Dry drops of water. Sometimes these final clues, like, instead of picking them up, you just gotta observe them. Are we gonna get the final profile? Okay, yeah, this is it. I want to see the full picture.
Zach, looks like we need to continue our search for the documents.
George, I'll get right to the point. It looks like someone else has just removed the documents I'm looking for.
Huh? Removed?
The cabinet looks like it had been forced open.
That's impossible. No one could break into there.
No. Emily, there is one person that can access that room at any time.
Thomas.
You don't mean Thomas?
It's too early to speculate. And profiling is my job, remember?
Is that a red seed on his hat?
Totally, Emily.
What's that?
Could you get me a coffee?
Do you guys see it on his hat?
Fresh one if possible.
Coffee? At a time like this? Why now?
Emily, please. This is very important. Some coffee. And bring some milk on the side.
Zach, you know something, don't you? I'm getting us some coffee. So tell me what you know.
I like the stubble, man. It looks sick.
Ah, Zach, this is amazing. Even the taste of her coffee is thrilling, to say the least.
What?
It looks disgusted, though.
Nothing. This isn't the cup that Thomas always uses for me, is it?
I'm sorry about that too, then. I just used a cup that was nearby. You have a problem with that?
Problem? Not at all, my dear Emily. The coffee is perfect. Well, okay, taste aside, this cup certainly is perfect.
Velvet Falls.
George,
the fish are biting.
We're going to Velvet Falls. There's something waiting for us there. I can feel it.
York, are you joking? You're trusting your cup?
No, Emily. Going to a waterfall just might be a good idea. In feng shui, a waterfall is known to be a source of power. Even if we find nothing there, I'm sure it will give us some power.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, George. And don't forget to bring a fishing rod.
All right. I'll go get it.
Fishing? Are you too serious?
George, do you have a net?
I'm guessing that's I guess it kind of introduces us to one of the mini games, because like when you drive around the map, there's like a ton of these like sleeping spots and playing cards you can collect, and occasionally once in a while we see these like fishing hook spots, but we haven't found the fishing hook. So I wonder how fishing's gonna be in this game. I like it. It's gonna. It's we're mixing it up. Maybe ending it on a peaceful note, unless we end up fishing Thomas out of the water. Would Thomas? I mean, honestly, I feel like obviously it can't be York, but obviously it can't be York, but George, Emily, or Thomas, one of them have to be like either purposefully or oblivious to their involvement. Like one of them has to have like one little thing, you know, because it keeps focusing on Emily, George, and Thomas and their relationship to one another, you know, their day-to-day, you know, their arguments and whatnot. I just feel like one of them might just, and you know, Thomas is a good candidate because we don't see him much. I mean, we do see him often, but he's not a focal point of like the scenes and stuff. Besides all the lines we can see, it actually looks really sick. We actually have to go fishing.
Zach, I hope we can catch a big one.
I might need a shave, but I really do like the way it looks. Alright. Yes. Use it as bait. Wait for the right timing to get big hit, but if your line breaks, you will lose one bait. Throw in. What do I do to reel it in? Seems to be a cutscene so far. What? Oh, I'm so confused. What? If Japanese people made a fishing game, you know what? I want to see a ridiculous Japanese fishing game. That's what I need in my life right now. What was that? They just turned into like a full-on like slots type thing. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't played many Japanese games, because Japanese games are often ridiculous in a good way. Yes. Oh no, that was a fail. Well, you guys know I have to do it just for the just for the culture. Yes. Please tell me that's it. I thought this game fucking hated me, man.
Something to brag about now. In all the history of the FBI, I'm probably the only one who fished out documents thrown into a waterfall. Don't you think so, Zach?
I wonder how that's possible. And if you knew where they were, why didn't you just go looking?
Don't believe it. Files from a waterfall.
It's really blurry. For eternal life and eternal power, make 4 men each after eating the seeds. Make sure the sacrifice eat the seeds too before they die. I didn't read the first part too well. The sacrifice must also not speak while they're being killed.
What does that all mean?
So the women are sacrifices?
It's called The Legend of the New Raincoat Killer. George, have you ever seen this handwriting?
Yes. It's Thomas's.
George, I need to take these documents to Harry. He said he'd tell me everything once I take the docs to him.
I don't think it's Thomas, man. I feel like he's the assistant.
Those are classified. I can't allow a civilian to view them. Especially that deranged old goat who owns most of the town.
I agree with George. Harry is... how can I put it? He might be dangerous.
You don't need to worry. You said it yourselves, didn't you? There has never been a mass murder case in this town. That means these documents pertain to a case that never actually happened. Just look at it as though they never actually existed either.
Ridiculous.
York, I'm sure you've got a plan or something in mind. Okay, you have my approval.
George, are you sure?
Emily, we need to continue looking for Thomas. Our search may just have become a hunt.
Yes, get on it. I'll go see Harry alone.
Okay.
I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it for myself. But Thomas?
There's got to be a rational explanation for this.
Zach, George has started to change. I think the deaths of Becky and Diane had a deep effect on him.
I guess this town truly is without a king now.
I was gonna say, after all that fishing and all that pain and suffering, that better just be the chapter. Imagine, right? Imagine they had us fish multiple spots. Hopefully we don't need any more fishing for the rest of the story, but honestly, it was kind of fun. And I do stand by what I said, you know, we need some it doesn't have to be Japanese, but like we need a crazy like fishing game. Cause it's not totally bad. Like I like the ridiculousness of it, but it just, yeah, it's rough to get exactly what you want. Honestly, now that we've come to the end of part 2, I will say that I love the story more so than the first part, but the gameplay I definitely feel has suffered in this second part. The puzzles, actually, I do prefer the puzzles in this part as well, but the actual gameplay, like gunplay and stuff, is just, I feel like it's gotten worse. It's more like here's all these enemies, but they're not difficult to kill, but you just have to kill them all, and they keep respawning. It's been kind of the challenge feels kind of artificial. You know? Because I really do love Daily Premonition, but I guess to someone who's more passionate about the game, they might feel as though I'm just like kind of hating, but you know, it's got a wonderful story. It's evident by the people in my community that love watching me play this, but it just yeah, I don't know what's going on with the gameplay, but I feel like the gameplay has suffered. You know, it doesn't feel as great anymore. It just... But the story just has... They're really cooking with the story. But... You know, we... yeah, unfortunately, RIP to the 2 ladies. Another 2 murders occurred. Now, supposedly Thomas is the killer, but I don't really fully believe that just yet. I feel like he's just more like an accomplice. I don't feel like, you know, he doesn't... Because they're running joke in the game. I'm not sure if you guys have read in between the lines, but Thomas is I won't say he is. I will say allegedly he's gay, and he does have a big love heart on his back. Says love G, and G is his boss, George. I was kind of expecting some storyline to unfold there, but I feel like it would be a funny thing to see, but I don't feel like he's always very shy, nervous. He definitely fits the profile a bit, but he just doesn't seem like the violent type, you know? you know, like I think one time, like some of the time we see him, he just crying, or I don't know, man. Where do you guys feel like this story is gonna unfold? Because it just gets more and more complicated the further down this rabbit hole we go.
Okay then, Zach. Let's pay Harry another visit and get to the bottom of all this.
I have to admit, I do like spending a bit of time investigating alone.
I'm getting a bit sick of being told that I'm either too slow or too fast. You agree with me, right, Zach?
Yeah, you can't really trust the police department, especially after, you know, what's going on with Thomas right now. Oh no, I really want to see how this how this all unfolds.